Hi love, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brandy and on this channel we celebrate love, life, and all of its luxuries. If you're returning to this channel, welcome back. Welcome to another Wedding Wednesday. Before we get started in today's video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more Wedding Wednesday and be sure to hit that bell notification so that you know every time I post a new video. All right, so I'm not going to ramble too much in the beginning of this. Let's just go ahead and get started. If you're returning to this channel and if you got a chance to look at last week's video, I did talk about my opinion in regards to how much it costs to have a wedding. If you haven't already seen that video, I'll go ahead and link that video in the cards for reference after you get done with this one. But that brings me to this topic because you don't want to forget these during your planning process. If you are aware of them early on, it'll make the process a lot smoother. So let me just hop into the 10 things that you don't want to forget during your wedding planning process. First thing I want to discuss that you don't want to forget during your wedding planning is wedding insurance. Anyone will tell you planning a wedding will cost you your time, your patience. Now, planning a wedding is an investment of your time, your energy, and your money. So you don't want to overlook protecting all of those assets, making sure that you have insurance for your wedding. The unexpected is bound to happen for weddings, whether it be something small or something major. You just want to make sure that you're covered all your bases and that you have wedding insurance in place. So don't overlook the value of your big day by missing this vital step. Number 2 of things you don't want to forget: venue requirements and minimums. Some venues we have a minimum requirement for food and beverage, maybe the time allotted, or just what your deposit is up front before you book your venue itself. Speaking of venue requirements and minimums, that brings me into the third thing I want to discuss: gratuities and tips. Is gratuity included in your food and beverage, whether that be the service that's provided to you from either the caterer, bartender? If gratuity is not already included in the overall price, be sure to factor in your percentages, usually somewhere between 18 and 20% for the tip of your vendors that are involved, whether that be photographer, videographer, catering, so on and so forth. Number 4 is vendor meals. So make sure that your planner, your photographer, your videographer, anyone who's going to be on site during the wedding day and through the entirety of the day needs to be well fed and well nourished, being common courtesy. And some vendors actually do include this in their contracts, but be sure to feed your vendors. All right, so we're halfway through already. Number 5 would be mailings and postage. Do not underestimate the cost to mail out your invitations. A lot of the time, your wedding invitations include, usually a full suite, so it includes a lot more than just one card. You have a card, you have an RSVP card, you may have additional details about the wedding day, what have you. That all comes with extra weight, especially depending on what materials do you decide to use for those invitations themselves. You usually need to make sure that you have special postage in order for these items to get to your guests and so that they know that they're invited to the wedding. In addition, a lot of the times couples will also include pre-stamped envelopes for the RSVP cards, so that makes it easier for your guests to actually return their RSVP if you plan on doing that the mail way. Of course, the other option would be for digital RSVP. One other thing that I want to mention when it comes to postage and mailings is that these same round of invitations that you are sending out, usually you're also sending out a save the date. So you're considering mailings for both the save the date and mailings for the wedding invitation itself. So since we're mentioning invitations, that brings me into number 6 of what you don't want to forget for your wedding day is welcome bags and gift bags. The invitations are part of your guest experience. So are welcome bags or any type of favors that you want to include for maybe your out of town guests. Say, for example, they're staying at a hotel that you've reserved the room block for. Speak with your hotel and see if they already give the option of having your welcome bags delivered, or if that's something that comes along with an extra fee. If not, can your planner or someone else be responsible for dropping off those welcome bags in the guest room prior to them arriving? Number 7 on this list will be maintenance for beauty, for hair, whatever you consider maintenance for yourself. Making sure that you are including this in your pricing, because it easily gets overlooked. Sometimes getting your makeup done on a regular versus getting bridal makeup includes for a little bit more detail. Not only are you looking for that makeup, for example, to last the entirety of the day, also you want to make sure that it photographs well. Number 8 is vendor trials. So kind of piggybacking off the topic I mentioned before with beauty maintenance, a pro tip I have for you is schedule your hair and makeup at the same time that you plan to do your engagement photos. Or say, for example, you decide to do a pre-wedding wedding shoot. So something similar to a style shoot. Outside of hair and makeup, your vendor trials, maybe things like a cake tasting, food and beverage tasting, floral mock-ups, things of this sort. You want to ask if it's already included in the pricing or if that is a separate fee to have that done. Number 8 is your marriage license. Now, this is something that hopefully you've already thought through. Getting a marriage license isn't difficult. It's not too costly, honestly. But you want to make sure that you are not forgetting this in the planning process, just scheduling a date for when you're going to complete the paperwork, when you're going to turn it in, so that you leave ample time if you plan on getting married on your actual wedding day. Which, kind of a pro tip as well, I'll throw in there. It's not uncommon for couples to not get married on their wedding day. You will sometimes see couples who decide to get married prior or to their wedding date, and the actual ceremony is more of an exchanging of vows and rings. 10, which is last but definitely not least, I actually should have put this number 1 on the list of things to not forget when planning your wedding, is to create a contingency budget. Set funds aside for the unexpected. If things were to go wrong, if you just wanted an upgrade to any of the services you already have, trying to scramble around for that money last minute is not a position that anyone wants to be in. So having that contingency budget early on will just be a additional reminder to you that you have a little bit of wiggle room. All right, love. So that was it for today. I tried to keep that kind of short, sweet, but still very straight to the point for you. If you liked today's video, go ahead and hit that like button, comment below and let me know what you thought, and be sure to subscribe to this channel for more Wedding Wednesday. I'm Brandy, and until next time, bye loves.